Greg McKeown, Effortless, make it easier to do what matters most. Welcome to the world of Effortless, make it easier to do what matters most. This fascinating book by Greg McKeown dissects the myth of hard work equals success, proposing a new approach towards achieving our goals. By diving into the effortless state, effortless actions, and effortless results, you'll discover a path to accomplish tasks with ease and grace. This summary will take you through the journey of simplifying tasks, removing mental clutter, making progress with rubbish, and seamlessly working with others to achieve desired results. Maintain focus, rejuvenate your body, and embrace a life where anything is effortlessly attainable.
Unlock the effortless state. Top performers, like elite athletes, often make their achievements look incredibly effortless. This seemingly effortless state, however, doesn't happen by accident. It occurs when your mind is free from mental clutter, allowing you to focus and perform at peak capacity. By tapping into this effortless state, you're primed to take effortless action, doing less yet achieving more. And finally, by applying these actions to the right tasks, you can achieve effortless results, sustaining your success with minimal energy. Have you ever wondered how top athletes make everything look so easy? They perform with such fluidity and grace that it appears almost effortless. But their ability to make things look easy isn't just due to countless hours of practice, it's also about harnessing the right state of mind. With the proper approach, you too can make your endeavors appear and feel effortless. So, how can you make things as smooth and seamless as a seasoned basketball player? Begin by tapping into the effortless state. In this mindset, your focus is sharp, your beliefs are free from limitations, and your body is well rested, overflowing with energy. With these elements aligned, any task you attempt becomes a breeze. To achieve the effortless state, it's vital to clear your mind of unnecessary mental clutter. Think of your brain as a high-performing computer. If the hard drive is maxed out, the device's performance slows down. Consequently, ridding your mind of negative thoughts and assumptions propels you into the effortless state. From the effortless state, you can engage in effortless action, which means accomplishing more by doing less. Contrary to popular belief, putting in more work doesn't necessarily guarantee superior results. In fact, after reaching a certain point, working harder can lead to reduced performance and increased exhaustion, not to mention unproductive effort. Take, for example, an author who writes 2 pages in 2 hours. It might seem logical that doubling the writing session's duration would yield double the output. But, in reality, a 4-hour writing stint produces only 3 pages. Economists term this occurrence the law of diminishing returns. Embracing effortless action, on the other hand, allows you to reach your goals without exerting unnecessary energy. When you apply effortless action to the appropriate tasks, the results naturally follow. Achieving effortless results occurs when a single action continues to produce returns repeatedly, as demonstrated by Kiva, a crowdfunding platform empowering millions of entrepreneurs. By lending money to motivated individuals, lenders create a cycle wherein funds are repaid and subsequently lent out again. By mastering the effortless state, effortless actions, and effortless results, you're equipped to make any goal easier to achieve, all while expending minimal energy. Embrace the effortless state. The effortless state can be achieved by seeking simpler solutions, making tasks enjoyable, and allowing our minds and bodies to rest. By breaking the assumption that everything must be complex and strenuous, we can improve our performance and reduce stress in our lives. When faced with problems, many of us have the tendency to complicate things further. However, looking for easier and more enjoyable methods can lead us to the effortless state. For instance, when Kim, a multimedia designer, was asked to record a semester's worth of lectures, she found a simpler solution by having another student record them on a smartphone. By asking the question, what if this could be easy, Kim practiced effortless inversion, allowing her to see simple solutions and eliminating unnecessary effort. While there might not always be an easier way to tackle something, we can still achieve the effortless state by making tasks fun. If we pair challenging or tedious activities with things we enjoy, completing them becomes less daunting. When the author had a backlog of voicemails after a long trip, he returned his calls while relaxing in the bathtub, turning a tiresome chore into an enjoyable experience. Another crucial aspect of reaching the effortless state is allowing our minds and bodies to rest. Instead of pushing ourselves to exhaustion, studies show that we perform better when we work in 3 sessions of up to 90 minutes each, separated by short breaks. Limiting our daily workload to what can be fully recovered from by the next day also helps us enter this desired state. In summary, embracing the effortless state can be achieved by searching for simpler solutions, making activities enjoyable, and taking breaks for our minds and bodies to recuperate. By doing so, we can improve our performance, reduce stress, and effectively tackle challenges in our lives. Master effortless action. Effortless action is the technique of achieving maximum results with minimal effort and stress. Define what done looks like, create a done for the day list, identify the smallest obvious step, and simplify processes by removing unnecessary steps to make project management and daily tasks more efficient and enjoyable. Ever felt overwhelmed when working on a project or tackling an ever-growing to-do list? You're not alone. Thankfully, utilizing effortless action can turn any daunting task into a manageable and satisfying endeavor. The foundation of effortless action lies in defining what done means for a given task or project. By envisioning the final outcome, you can focus on doing just enough to achieve it without pointless exertion. Before starting any project or task, take a moment to establish the goal you're aiming for. But how can you apply this to daily tasks? By creating a done for the day list. This list consists of activities that, when completed, result in the most meaningful progress and satisfaction. By focusing on these tasks, you avoid getting bogged down in an endless to-do list. However, even with clear goals in mind, getting started can still be challenging. To overcome this hurdle, identify the smallest obvious step and take it. Known as the minimum viable action, MVA, this approach minimizes effort while preventing you from overthinking. Netflix CEO Reed Hastings exemplified this when he mailed a DVD to test its viability for a rental service, ultimately leading to a streaming platform giant. Finally, simplifying processes is essential to effortless action. Removing unnecessary steps from tasks and projects frees up time and energy while keeping you focused on the final goal. To uncover these superfluous steps, consider your ultimate goal and ask yourself how it can be achieved using the fewest steps possible. By embracing effortless action techniques, defining done, creating a done for the day list, identifying MVAs, and streamlining processes, you'll find yourself accomplishing more with less effort and stress while enjoying the journey along the way. Embrace imperfection, progress faster. Industrialist Henry Kramer's human-powered airplane competition was won by Paul MacCready, who embraced the concept of effortless action. MacCready built low-cost and easily fixable planes, learning from each crash to redesign and improve his contraption. Many people believe that perfection is required from the beginning of a project, but starting with an imperfect version and learning from mistakes can accelerate progress. It's important to find low-risk opportunities to learn from failure and be less critical of ourselves when our work isn't perfect. Progress is also tied to pace. Working at a consistent pace, rather than overextending ourselves from the start, leads to steady improvement. Unlocking effortless results. Achieving effortless results involves reaping long-term benefits from one-time actions, and this can be accomplished through leveraging knowledge and automation. Grasping fundamental principles and connecting knowledge from various fields can enhance your learning efficiencies, while automating tasks frees up time and reduces errors. Implement this approach to maximize your output with minimal ongoing effort. We are all familiar with the expectation of achieving persistent results through continuous effort. A classic example is employees working consistently every month to receive their paycheck. However, that's not the only path to success. Sometimes, it's possible to exert effort just once and still harvest ongoing rewards. This concept, called effortless results, can be reached using levers like knowledge and automation. When it comes to knowledge, understanding the underlying fundamental principles behind a concept is crucial. These principles, like the whys and hows of things, serve as the foundational stones of knowledge. Grasp them, and you gain the power to apply them to diverse situations repeatedly. For instance, when a student comprehends the core principles of a subject, she can effectively apply them long after the exam is over. Enhance this learning process by explaining the concepts in your own words to others, which solidifies your comprehension. Another strategy to augment learning is by integrating knowledge from various disciplines. A study done at Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management found that most creative ideas emerge and insights from different fields are combined, as revealed through the analysis of nearly 18 million research papers. This multidisciplinary approach to learning will significantly boost your thinking and problem-solving capabilities. The second key lever for effortless results is automation. By automating tasks wherever possible, you save time, mental energy, and reduce the possibility of errors. Once a process is set up, it can be executed multiple times with accuracy and ease. A simple yet effective technique for automation is creating checklists in advance, which allows you to complete tasks effortlessly without needing to recall each step. Moreover, technology offers a plethora of tools to automate various aspects of life, such as managing your monthly budget, shopping for groceries, or even staying connected with loved ones. Implementing these one-time decisions leads to saving precious time and energy, making way for more efficiency. In summary, unlocking effortless results necessitates recognizing and harnessing the power of levers like knowledge and automation. By focusing on fundamental principles and merging insights from multiple fields, you can optimize your learning. Similarly, embracing automation wherever feasible helps eliminate redundant decision-making, enabling you to maximize your output with minimal ongoing effort. Achieving effortless results. Achieving effortless results in work and relationships is possible through building trust, selecting the right people, and proactively solving problems. By embracing trust, well-defined agreements, and addressing recurring issues, we can create an environment that ensures smoother collaboration and effective goal achievement. Working and interacting with others is an inevitable part of life, but it can be challenging due to communication barriers, conflicts, and varying capabilities. To overcome these obstacles and reach our goals, we need to minimize efforts and maximize results through trust and proactive problem solving. Trust is the lubricant that ensures seamless collaboration among team members. When we trust others, we don't need to micromanage relationships or worry about assigned tasks being completed. Instead, we can focus on more important aspects of achieving our goals. To build trust, begin by choosing the right people, following Warren Buffett's example of looking for integrity, intelligence, and initiative. This one-time decision leads to effortless results as trustworthy people continually add value. A practical approach to fostering trust is establishing a high-trust agreement, which clearly outlines the relationship's expectations, roles, and goals. This agreement ensures all parties are on the same page by defining the desired results, clarifying responsibilities, and setting rules and standards. Additionally, the agreement should include any accessible resources and how progress will be evaluated and rewarded. Even with the most reliable team members, occasional problems are bound to occur. While managing issues as they arise is important, being proactive and addressing them before they happen is even more effective. For instance, resolving recurring issues with a permanent solution, rather than opting for temporary fixes, can save time and effort in the long run. This approach is like removing a tree at the root instead of merely hacking at its branches. With one decisive action, the problem is eliminated for good. In conclusion, achieving effortless results is possible through trust building, choosing the right people, and proactive problem solving. Embracing these principles will lead to smoother collaboration and effective goal achievement.
In conclusion, Effortless offers a radical shift in perspective on how we tackle daily tasks and long-term goals. Greg McKeown encourages us to embrace the effortless state, fostering a mindset that allows us to simplify our actions and reduce exhaustion. By being open to the idea that not everything needs to be complex, we can apply effortless action and make the most out of our time and energy. The book also emphasizes the importance of trust within relationships and solving problems proactively to eliminate recurring obstacles. Engage with these concepts and revel in the world of effortless success, experiencing an enhanced sense of achievement and enjoyment in everything you do.